really important to remember that we're not dealing with a refrigerator, we're dealing with a cooler when you're camping outside. So we want to make sure that the trips in and out of that cooler are as fast as possible. We want to think about what we need from the cooler before we go and retrieve that. Every time we open the cooler, it's going to get a little bit warmer, and that's not a good thing if you're on an extended camping trip. So for that reason, what we're going to do is we're going to start preparing the things that aren't in the cooler. That's going to be your lime. We're going to be cutting our buns. If you like tomatoes or onions on your salad or on your burger, you're going to want to cut those now. We want to also make sure that we have our chips ready and a place to put the food that we've prepared. We're going to start with our lime. Hold it in your hand, give it a little bit of a squish back and forth. Then take it and roll it on your cutting board. We want to then cut the lime in half and put it in our cup, place it to the side. Now you might be wondering why I rolled the lime and held it in my hand so much. That's to get the inside soft and help release all of those juices inside. Again, if you like tomato or onion, now's the time that you're going to cut that for your burger. What we're going to do is take the buns and make sure that they're cut. We're going to put them to the side, prepare the plate for the burger, and the last thing we need to do before we get into our cooler is open our chips. Now is go right to our cooler. We want to make a mental list of what we're going to need to get out of that cooler, again, so we do it in a timely fashion. For this meal, we're going to need to get our burgers, our corn, our cheese, and our lettuce out of the cooler. So let's do that right now. We have our lettuce, our cheese, our corn, and our burgers. Now our burgers we can put to the side because we won't need that until we light the grill. And also the corn that's been half cooked, we're going to preheat again when we light the grill. There are several ways to cook outdoors. My personal favorite is to use a camp stove. You can cook on the campfire or on a small hibachi. If you've chosen either campfire or hibachi, you're going to want to get those things lit now so they have time to heat up and get ready for us to cook on. Again, we're using a camp stove, no need for a lot of preparation. So the corn is half cooked. We're not using a hibachi or a campfire, so what we're going to do is take our corn and put it in our water. 4 pieces here, you want to just cover the corn with water and wait for that to boil. What we want to do next is take our burgers and simply place them on the grill. Remember, a thinner burger will cook a little bit faster than a heavy one. Now today I'm using a non-stick grill, so for that I don't need any butter, any oil of any sort. If you do want to use a regular skillet, instead of butter or olive oil, what you might want to use is a grapeseed oil. It's a great substitute for butter, better for you as far as the calorie count is concerned. And as far as olive oil is concerned, olive oil has a tendency to smoke at high heats, where grapeseed oil doesn't do that, so it's a great alternative. We want to keep an eye on our burgers and on our corn. Using our burgers once we think they're almost done, so both sides are cooked well. And again, remember, a thinner burger will cook faster, so that's in your advantage to make your burgers a little bit thinner when you're doing that at home. So now that our burgers are almost done, we're going to want to add our cheese. What we're going to do is place our cheese on top of the burgers. And a good trick to make your cheese melt just a little bit faster is to take the top from that pot that you're using for the corn and cover your burgers. This will keep the heat inside the skillet and help to melt that cheese. So our corn is almost finished. What we want to do is take it off very carefully, making sure to use an oven mitt so we don't burn our fingers on the metal. And what we want to also do is use our tongs, take a piece of corn, right down on our plate. Now, if you like your buns toasted, you can do that at this time. Keep the grill on just a little bit longer. If not, we're just going to put our bun on our plate and prepare to put our yummy burger on our bun. Again, if you like tomato or onion, you want to put those fixings on now. I'm going to keep my burger a little plain, like that. So all we need to do now is add our chips. We're going to dress our salad. Again, the salad dressing has already been made prior to heading out for our trip. Now this is my favorite part and a great secret. Take that lime that you had squeezed before and cut in half, and you want to squeeze it over your corn. Forget the salt, forget the butter. Just a little lime juice will make your corn amazing. And there we are. A wonderful lunch, easy to make, Again, with just a little bit of advanced and simple preparation. Lunch outside, surrounded by nature. What a great way to spend the day. We'll talk a little bit about the green way to clean up after your camping lunch on another segment. But today, let's get right to our adventure. Photography is a great green adventure that everyone in your family can enjoy. Make sure to always bring your camera on every camping trip. Since we're shooting digital now, there's no harsh chemicals in the environment and no film. It's a great way to enjoy nature. Slow down a little bit, take a look, and take time to listen and see the beautiful things that are all around you. When you find yourself outdoors, you'll also find yourself naturally slowing down a little bit. It's a great time to take opportunities to get great pictures. If you want to photograph your family outdoors, what you want to do is look for natural archways like we have here. It's a great way to focus on your subject matter. The other thing that you want to look for when you're doing great pictures outside are bright, exciting subject matters in front of darker backgrounds, like these berries here. When photographing these berries here, the best thing to do is to put your subject matter not in the center, but in the top third or the bottom third of the frame. This will make for a much more exciting picture. The other good trick, if you can, is to keep your subject in shade with a lighter background. This way you can expose your subject properly and still have a nice bright background for him to be in front of. Again, let's make sure to keep him in the upper or the lower third. As you can see, it's really bright out here right now. The difference between the highlights and the shadows are very extreme. This is a really tough time to take great pictures. If you want to take great pictures, the best time to do photography is early in the morning or late in the night, about an hour and a half before the sun sets. The best tip I can give you, again, is to be green and get yourself out in nature. Slow it down a little bit. Remember to bring your camera. You get great shots. You can take the camping adventure home with you. Look down at the ground for flowers, on the vines for berries, up in the sky for beautiful clouds or amazing vistas. With digital photography, there really are a ton of ways to enjoy the outdoors and be able to bring the camping and the green adventure home with you.